A child is born in the 1990s in West Bengal, India. Growing up, he saw his father and their friends smoking. He wasn't really a fan of it, he just hated the smell. He saw his mother protesting against his father's habit of smoking. He saw quarrels break out over some insignificant cigarettes, and in his mind, he had made a vow not to touch cigarettes or alcohol in his life. So, what do you think happened to the child? He grew up spreading awareness about the hazards of smoking and drinking within his friends and family, and he went ahead to become one of the future leaders who advocates a healthy lifestyle. Nah, I'm just kidding. I am the child and this is what actually happened. The boy grew up and went to pursue his BTech from one of the most prestigious institutes in the country, and soon he started smoking just like his friends in college. Social smoking turned into a habit, and habit soon turned into an addiction. But how did it happen? What changed along the way? We will discuss it all here. Welcome to my first video on YouTube. It's all in the cigarette. The boy grew up watching movies on their old LG TV. He used to watch Bengali legend Uttam Kumar and his effortless acting complementing his subtle sense of humor and captivating personality. He saw the legend of Feluda solve the most difficult mysteries within the blink of an eye. He read about the great Sherlock Holmes and how he piped his way to the depth of any mystery. Then the little boy turned into a teen and started hymning to the tunes of Sutta Namila, downloaded on his keypad phone from songs.pk. But soon, all of these started getting outdated, and the boy, who was now in college, only preferred thought-provoking content of OTT platforms. He soon got hooked to the charismatic ways of Thomas Shelby and how he navigated his way through the world with unbelievable intelligence and made it big in life. It charmed him how Thomas was always able to be in a position of power and authority. But life isn't just about being intelligent and smart. You also need to have an attractive physique. Sometimes you just want to be the alpha. So it was amazing how Billy from Stranger Things just had the perfect looks and figure. Yes, Billy, the guy that smokes all day. Then Kabir Singh, brimming with masculinity, even smoked 2 cigarettes at a time. And let's not even talk about how Rocky from KGF beat the shit out of villains effortlessly. Wait, I have an idea. Let's try an exercise. This is Marla from Fight Club. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you see her? Pause the video and comment down below. Well, let me tell you what the boy thought. He thought she must be a badass, someone who has no regards for the system, an independent individual who doesn't give a damn. And guess what is it in this frame that established this impression? It's all in the cigarette. But the sensation of cigarettes didn't start overnight. To understand why is it that we correlate rebellion, smartness, superiority with a simple puff of cigarette, we have to go back in history to 1929. Torches of freedom was a phrase used to encourage women smoking by exploiting women's aspiration for a better life during the early 20th century first wave feminism in the United States. Cigarettes were described as symbol of emancipation and equality with men. The term was first used by psychoanalyst A. Brill when describing the natural desire for women to smoke, and was used by Edward Bernays to encourage women to smoke in public despite social taboos. Bernays hired women to march while smoking their torches of freedom in the Easter Sunday parade of 31st March 1929, which was a significant movement for fighting social barriers for women smokers. But this isn't all. Marlboro, which was a cigarette brand primarily for women, also started a unique lifestyle ad by introducing the character Marlboro Man. In United States, where the Marlboro Man campaign originated, it was used from 1954 to 1999. The images initially featured rugged men portrayed in a variety of roles, but later primarily featured a rugged cowboy or cowboys in wild terrain. The advertisements were originally conceived as a way to popularize filtered cigarettes, which at the time were considered feminine. The Marlboro advertisement campaign is said to be one of the most brilliant advertisement campaigns of all time. It transformed a feminine campaign with the slogan mild as May into one that was masculine in a matter of months. A number of models who have portrayed the Marlboro Man have died of smoking related diseases. Yeah, that is what happens when you smoke. You don't just become extra strong or extra smart. Also, brands like Camel cigarettes started lifestyle magazines which essentially laid the foundation to how being cool is correlated to smoking cigarettes. So what is it that I want to convey with this video? My point is simple. Don't let the lifestyle portrayed by eminent personalities and big brands dig into your insecurities. Everyone is free to portray any kind of lifestyle they want, but it is ultimately upon us consumers to decide for ourselves what is good for us and what is not. If you want to get fit, go to the gym. If you want to work your brain, solve puzzles. If you want to develop an attractive personality, groom yourself. But don't just blindly follow lifestyle elements of your idols without thinking them through. Having said these, not everything is so grim and sad. The rates of smoking have been falling across the world and in India, which shows people are discarding tobacco products. Younger generations are becoming more and more aware of the disastrous effects of smoking. Like I said in the starting of the video, I am the boy, and this is me, an ex-smoker advocating a healthy lifestyle. So ultimately, it all boils down to the mental framework of the consumer. Remember, there is nothing in a cigarette.